Hi guys, I am ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. In the last episode, we managed to deal with a lot of little issues, predominantly the crime spree that we were trying to deal with, and hopefully we'll keep an eye on that. We'll keep monitoring that. Now, what I'm seeing here is a little bit of flashing of stuff, so let's quickly have a look. I think we can try and fix this. Wow, there's multiple ones that's providing power here, and I think we have tried to fix this in the past, but for some reason we're still just not quite providing the necessary power supply over here, right? At least we now have the water back up and running, and that's starting to get itself into a reasonable position. But let's quickly see what is going on with our power infrastructure. So if we, okay, so let's grab this one. Now, I'm not very good at trying to read this thing, right? But it seems like this is not overloaded, but yeah, potentially it's close, right? And then this one is pretty busy, and this is a splitter, right? So it's splitting into this one and into this one. And then here we've got a number of things that's not actively connected at the moment. Let's just have a look. So we're not actually using this. That's going that way around. This is coming around this way without any real issues. And then so the question is really, we're kind of slowly stepping this down here and trying to run a few things. I'm kind of tempted to just run another one of those cables in here to try and add a little bit more from that direction. We can't, I don't think we can do anything over here, right? If we have a look at medium voltage cabling, yeah, we can't do anything from there. So the best we can do is grab another cable, run it up here, all the way to here, and then try and feed this area with a little bit more power. Alternatively, is there anywhere else we can peel off some power? Let's quickly have a look. If we grab this guy, we could grab some power over here. This does not seem to be super duper overwhelmed. How many do we have here? This is water, right? If we have a look, let's just go underground. So we've got a few. We've got one going out this way. That's still not overwhelmed. And then we've got, oh, two of them over the top. What is this one looking like? Yeah, all good, all good. I think we still have reasonable power here. So I think what I'll do instead is I'll pull some power down from there to here somewhere, and we'll try and resolve at least some level of this. Now, we don't want to necessarily give more to the water wells here. They are important, but we've given them their own dedicated area here. Now, let's try and see what can we do to just, yeah, so something like this I think is pretty good, right? So if we were to just kind of load it up in here, we want to try and steer clear of the water infrastructure for the most part, because we don't want, hang on. So this guy is having power, it's getting its power, and its power is, oh, it's all overloaded. It's all overloaded. So I guess the answer to that question is we need something else in here. And I think this spot right kind of in this location here, it's probably going to be sufficient to kind of deal with most of this. So let's quickly do that. We'll provide a connection in there. We will pay for that connection. We will kind of build this guy up. And then what we'll do is we'll run. Alternatively, we could just squeeze another one out of here, right? Let's quickly go back to this. Maybe that's what we do instead, because this seems to be reasonably held, right? So maybe what we do is we just bring in another one here, maybe a smaller high voltage cable, right? So something like that, 8 megawatts or Even a 4, right? Even a 4 should do the trick. So what we could do is we run a 4 megawatt up here. Okay, in here. I think that's the better call, to be honest. We've planned this one over here now. So I guess either way we're gonna have to provide ourselves some level of... I am looking for something like this. So if we do that there, we could hopefully run them into the right area. Okay, let's do that. We'll bring it in here and we'll tie it up like that. We will pay for that. We will pay for this one. And then at the same time, what we can do is we can now try and get that medium voltage line. Let's go underground to see what's going on here. So we'll do that, and we'll pay for that. Now, presumably, we don't have any... So now, once that's done... Potentially too many, but I think what it should be saying is now these should all be a slightly better... so this is still bad, and yeah, I do wonder, what is the one that's... What is drawing as much power? It must be these guys, right? But anyway, we should be in a reasonable position there. Okay, so really, I think we should have resolved that issue. It's basically pulling everything this is trying to pull, right? 2.5. It's pulling 2.5 across that one. So if we then do go back to this, we're seeing, yeah, that's quite busy. We're seeing a little bit of orange in it now. So maybe now it's getting a little bit tight here. But anyway, that's fine. Hopefully this means that we won't see much more of the flashing variety here. Just a little bit more. And I think the problem that we've been having was more... What is this? Oh, that is actually a power connection, right? So what the problem we've been having was mainly the water side of things here that was causing us the issues. Okay, that should be fine. Let's clear that out. That should be okay. So that, I think, is going to start resolving these issues. We should have a bunch of police cars ready to go or popping out anytime now. Oh yeah, tons of them. So let's give me all of these. We don't want to constantly be building police cars, but grab me all of these police cars. We just want to go ahead and quickly fill up a few of the areas, right? So there's a lot of police stations that can do with more cars, where we've just kind of bought a couple to keep them going. But the idea is really that we want enough here ready to go. So I think that should be all good. So now let's quickly go around the houses and see what's going on. This is all the police cars it needs. This one has all the police cars it needs. This one has all the police cars it needs. Okay. So not sure we're quite there yet. This one can do with a few more. Yeah, make that one come in there. So yeah, just filling these guys up a little bit more. And I guess the last one there, and that should be all done. Done with the police. Now, I think we did build a police station over here. This is still in need of some police vehicles. We'll give them all the cars they want. All right. Okay, so that should be all good there. We'll come around this way. I don't think these guys had fully loaded. And I don't necessarily think we need them to be fully loaded. So I'll add one more there. We'll get rid of this one. And then we'll come... I'm pretty sure I had a police station over here somewhere, right? Anyway, we'll come back to that one. We built a new one out here. And certainly we can add a few more there. Yeah, even more police cars than I thought we needed. Yeah, this one. Get another one in there. Okay, and this one here. Fully loaded already. Okay, so it's looking okay. Now let's quickly pop in here. This needs 4 more police cars there. This one needs 1 more. And this one needs no more. Okay. 4 and 1, so we need an extra 5 here. Only 2. Ooh, this is not good. Really? This is your... Ah, but it is covering... It's covering some of these areas, which should hopefully be sorted out now. And then how many over there? 3 more over there. So we need like 8 more. Okay, so let's see. These cars should all be... Okay, anyway, so let me... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so at least it's 4. We don't have 8, but we've got 4 more. So what we'll do is we'll go all the way back this way so that we can start to quickly load up this one. I think 2 more over here will do the trick. I think that should be fine. And then if we come back in this area, this one needs a few more and that one needs 1 more. So let's give this one 1 more. And we'll give that one 1 more as well. So let the police cars come on in. So hopefully the police will now slowly start to resolve these issues a little bit. Okay, now the next thing is we did start some construction activity over here. We do need to start getting this all built up. So I think one of the key things we want... Let's just have a look at who is currently doing some construction here. So we do want you to be constructing... Oh, anyway, that's the other line, which we weren't necessarily too worried about. This one is without power. Really? And this one is with... Okay, let's just go underground. So there must be a slither that's not built yet, right? Let's just quickly go back. Must be a long stretch somewhere over here that is still missing. That's all working. That's doing its thing. Oh, here we go. This is still under construction here. I guess we could get the helicopters to come in here. So let's add the helicopters to the mix there to come and finish that one off. Everything else seems pretty okay. What is this? Oh, that's the mine. Citizen happiness low. Ooh, where is this? We'll have a look at that in a minute. This is a new place that has low happiness. Just double checking our power connection. I think this is all good, right? I don't think we need any further. Yeah, all good. So let's quickly pop into this one. This is new. Let's go. So what's your issue here? Crime. Look at that. 7% criminality. This is the issue. This is the issue that we've been dealing with. And I'm still not necessarily convinced we've got this under control. Let's quickly have a look. No, forget about the mods. That's not really what I'm after. I'm after the buildings. So I just want to check if we have a courthouse, right? So we've got a courthouse over here. It's recently built and it is contributing to sorting this out, at least for us. So there are, at least this is doing its thing. Let's drop minor crime a little bit so it's not super duper taxing. So I guess the other thing that we're probably short on is prisoners, right? So we've got this prison here that's at capacity. So I guess we need yet another prison. So many prisons and things. So crime has gone completely out of hand. Let's just have a look at this. This does require heating. So we will need to provide the prison with some heating as well. There's still some room here. So let's quickly see about adding a prison. Okay, I'll let the game run, even though we are potentially in a little bit of trouble. 210. I'm looking for a super duper large one. So really 210 is the biggest one we've got. But the question is really, maybe we just do What is the open prison? Open prison doesn't quite look right in this area to me. Then maybe we can just do is something as small like this. This should be fairly reasonable, right? So I guess just something like that should be fine. Actually, to be honest, we probably do it over this side because we can't really use these workers. Okay, so let's do that. We'll add a prison here. Slowly get ourselves going. I will pay for that one, and I'll pay for most of its connectivity, really. Right next to the courthouse. Good. Yeah, it's fine. We'll do that. We'll pay for those, and we can get the Mulladoc guys to come and build this one. That's okay. So we've got a prison coming up in here. I'm thinking maybe we need another largish prison over here in this area. And I think this spot wouldn't be too bad at the back here where we're not going to get people to get there. Okay, so let's do this. This area here should be a good spot for a prison. So let's add another prison over here. And this time around we can do something fairly large, I think. So the plan would be that we try and level this terrain a little bit. I'm hopeful that this guy can cover their heating, okay, as well. So let's quickly try and level this out a little bit over here. Let's level from the center here just a tad. Oh, there's tons of people here willing to do some work. Okay, so we've done that to give us access to a bit of a prison. And I guess we want to do maybe something like that. It will have water, it'll have power, it'll have heating. So let's do that. We'll get the prison going. We will pay for that connection so we can start construction straight away. I'm thinking we need a few access points here. But anyway, for the time being, we'll do maybe something like this. We'll pay for that. Just want to see, are we going to get access? I think this guy will have access to it, right? Yeah, it will. So that's fine. So that should work reasonably well. And what we could also do, there comes the winter. So it's going to be a steep descent, really? That I find interesting. So what's happening here with this level? Ah, okay, it's kind of on the steep descent here. Anyway, we'll leave it there. I think that should be reasonably easy. Reasonably easy to build. We'll get a few more bits and pieces to come and support that construction activity there. We don't have any issues here, but what I thought we might have a look at is if we need another courthouse. So we were looking at courthouses, right? Yeah, so we've got a courthouse there. And this one is struggling already, so I guess another sizable courthouse somewhere is not a bad idea. So let us build another one in this area. That's a big one. I think we need another big one, to be honest. I think we need another one of these. Won't be powered in this location though, so but I think power is fairly easy to come by here. It will have everything else it needs, though that will be, yeah, I think let's do it here instead. I think this is pretty good. It'll be heated power, have everything it needs, and we should be able to get workers in this location. Plus it fits pretty well in this location. I like that, actually. Pretty nice little around that curved road there. So what we'll do is we'll do something like this, and then we'll do something like that. Pay for that, get that going, and then at the same time we need to have a look at making sure that people can actually walk here. So we'll grab this down here, we'll cut across there and into there, and we'll pay for that with a view that hopefully people can now actually walk here. Oh yeah, plenty of people can walk here. Okay, that's fine. So we should be able to have the courthouse up and running as well. Let us also assign some construction activities here. Not those guys, but those guys. Okay, so let's keep going on this. I'm hopeful we will ultimately get control of all of this stuff. For now, it's still oh, the radio station is up and running. Cultural enjoyment. We would like a little bit of Soviet propaganda over here. Just so that we're at least supporting government loyalty here a little bit, right? That's fine. This looks okay. Anti-religious propaganda could be pretty good for us also. So a little bit of that, right? So something like that could be good. Oh, no, no. That way? I'm hoping, yeah, if we do something like this is pretty good. I don't really mind about the education. We're doing reasonable work to get the education sorted out. What we would like to do is make sure that the people who work here has at least a basic level of government loyalty, because I believe that does affect this and does make this work a little bit harder. Let's quickly see. We should have waste being sorted out and going somewhere else, right? Otherwise, yeah, it has something there. So hopefully that is supporting the message, and hopefully it's reducing our reliance. I mean, because some of our people are quite unhappy due to the fact that we don't have any access to alcohol or religion and stuff like that. So maybe that's the way of doing it. Okay, now let's have a look at some of the other ones. So we've got this one here. Let's quickly pop back in here. So this is doing a reasonable job. Let's get this up a little bit more. Population have televisions, so this is doing okay. What I would like to do is do a little bit of anti-religion propaganda here, and a little bit of a reduced preference for alcohol. So if we do something like that, I think just slowly over time this will start to work itself out a little bit. This is at least supporting government loyalty quite a bit. Now we should also have this one here. Yeah, so at the moment it's not actively giving us any. We've got lots of Soviet propaganda going on over here. Okay, so we need more radio stations, really. So what I'm also keen on is doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Right, something like this, really. And then cultural enjoyment. Maybe we drop this one down a little bit more. So at least it's just not a negative value here. But I guess that should be quite helpful from a propaganda perspective. And then over here, we've got the television tower. And I would like to add a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Do we not have enough people to work here? Yeah, this thing is not very, very influential. Given, yeah, if I look at this, not very influential. Potential broadcast reach, but we can't see any rating. I don't know what really does resolve with this rating. Anyway. That's okay. Police. Wow, there's so much happening. What's happening at the courthouse? I think the courthouse is kind of maintaining. If we go to the kind of the big courthouse in Satomic, I just wanted to see this one. Is this one handling it? It seems like it is handling it. It seems like it is handling it, but we are adding extra, right? Can we just see? Is everybody working? Okay, so that's fine. So I guess our courthouses are now doing their thing, right? And we should have one over here that's also supporting. Yeah, and we've got it fully loaded, right? And we've got the police station doing its thing. So okay, I think we're slowly getting through this stuff, and hopefully that will be evident in some other items also. So here the extra prison is coming online now, or is being constructed. Okay, good. Wow, that was quite a challenge. I just wanted to check, are we seeing any more flickering over here? I think our power supply is now stable. If we look at all of our places, Vasistavi, Yeah, all of these guys are now kind of holding. Okay, what are we currently building here? Okay, what I need to do is we probably don't need as many police vehicles in the future, right? So I will drop this one out, and I will add kind of police back into the mix, right? And then what we'll say is we'll just do like 8 of them at a time at least, right? And we'll just move it in there. Okay, so just do 8 of them at a time. This is potentially a problem. Okay, so you got all the way to here, and now we basically need, yeah, so we basically need some fine. You can wait over there. What we will need to be doing is we need to add some additional pieces here, right? So if we do that and that, and this and that, and this and that, right? Okay, so, and then we'll do this and that. I'll have to come back and fix them later, right? And we'll do this. The idea is really that we provide for, so that these guys can continue to do the construction. That's the plan. Okay. Okay, and we do at the same time actually need to think about it. We've got, and is that, hang on, let's just double check this one. This is a more dangerous one to be waiting. What are you actually loading? Oh, you can't actually load those items. Okay, I don't necessarily think it's an issue for you to be waiting, but potentially I can send you away, right? So you can make a move. The other one here, let's just have a look. This one, yeah, still has some room there. So we'll send this one away, so we'll try and make our way through that a little bit better. Okay. Good. Are we seeing any changes here? Any drops in the crime there? It's still a very large crime issue that we're dealing with here. Do we have court? We do have a courthouse here, I believe, right? Secret police is another one that may need a little bit of extra support. Can we... We do need a little bit more government loyalty here, really. 60% or so. And potentially add a car or two here. The Mars. Okay, so the Mars is one of these other ones, I guess, right? Yeah, there it is. Give them some more cars to do their thing with. Okay, that's fine. But I'm actually looking for the courthouse. The courthouse should be around here somewhere also, I think. Yeah, here it is. 0% expired prosecutions this year. I think it's okay. This looks to be okay. And we're adding the extra one. And we're adding extra courthouses as we go. So I think we should be okay. I think it's going to be fine. The question mark will be if we can get through all of this stuff, right? That's the plan. That's the plan. So at the end of this episode, I would love to see us get through this. Yeah, already we're not getting through all of this. And this guy has been a little bit overwhelmed here. Look at this stuff. 100% examined criminal cases this year. 207 unexamined. 100%. They're so far behind. They're not even, you know what? Let's just clear all of this out, right? So that we start catching these things afresh. Right, that's the plan. The plan is to start catching them afresh now. Right, so we throw out a bunch of this stuff, and as the new ones pop in, we will we'll deal with them. No fuel. That's interesting. So where's the closest fuel station? Okay, so we don't have a fuel station nearby. Okay, well, let's have a quick look at that. So this is the interesting one. We have a fuel station over here, right? So gas station there, and then we've got a gas station over here, and I guess we don't have anything nearby this location. So I guess this spot here is a good one for another gas station. See, you kind of it's good to just take an episode or two to just check out all the bits and pieces, because you do get you do fall behind pretty easily. I think I'm just gonna do, yeah, we're just gonna do one over there, right? So we want a fairly large one if possible. 4 slots is fine, really. Just something like this, right? I'm just gonna add it there because it'll have power in this location, right? That's gonna be fine. And to be honest, I might just go ahead and pay for this one, get it all built. And then I need to check who's actually... Oh, this one is not, because this is piped. But this is fuel distribution, right? Yeah. This is fuel distribution. So what we'll do is as soon as this is done, we'll just pause it while we assign it. And we'll assign that one to it. So it will, I think, immediately start to bring some fuel over, right? We should have fuel and everything ready to go here. Perfect. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. So hopefully now that should be in good stead, and we'll have some stuff working over here. Now, what I want to have a look at, yeah, it's the same thing, right? It's these guys here that's struggling, and it's the crime thing, right? It is the crime thing. Yeah, that's okay. It is the crime thing that's causing us problems. It's still dropping. It's still dropping, but what I can see is that the amount of people affected by it is starting to reduce. Okay. The other thing then that I'm thinking of is we should probably build... What is this? Oh, this is... Okay, fine. This is good. So what we'll do is we'll add a little bit of anti-religious here, and we'll do the enthusiasm... or the preference for alcohol. We'll do a little bit of that, right? To try and at least slowly... No. What's our religious... Yeah, so there's very little here already. So we want to... And there's very little of that also. Do a little bit of this. And then let's just do... We don't want that, right? We don't want to be... So it's just something like this. That's okay. Let's just leave it like that. Hopefully that is reasonable to keep people happy, slowly push the government loyalty into the right direction. These numbers are okay-ish. Let's see, maybe we should do a couple of extra statues in this location. Something with a pretty big... What is this bus station here? I like that. We'll do that one there. Hopefully that helps us a little bit too. Get it. Oh, come on. We'll get it to tie in over here. We'll pay for that. We'll pay for this one. Unemployment is too high. That's the least of my problems, to be honest. We'll just try and push a little bit more government loyalty in through some of these areas, right? There we go. A little bit of that every now and again to kind of support that government loyalty a little bit. We've got this one here trying to push through as well. So lots of the population actually has the radio station. So that's okay. So hopefully that is doing its thing to slowly get the big ticket items. So government loyalty overall is pretty good. Alcohol addiction is 0. So yeah, overall we're pretty good. I think electronics is a big ticket item, and then crime we should hopefully get under control now soon. Unable to get electronics is there's a lot of people unable to get electronics, and presumably that is causing quite a bit of unhappiness there. So that and then unable to drink alcohol still has a big impact. Starving is a challenge for us as well. So let's quickly have a look. So can we find the starving people? Satiated. Okay, so we should try and find them at least, right? So here is pretty good. 99. We don't have anybody under 99%, so that's fine. Over here, all good. I think this was a little bit lower at some point, but I think we've managed that one pretty well. If we go in through here, that's all good. 98 down here. Okay, we can maybe have a little bit of a look at this. This is all good. This is all good. This is all good. So maybe we can add something down at the bottom here. This is a police station doing its thing. That's okay. And then if we head on over this way, there's really no issues with food in this location. And then over here, the newer area shouldn't be a problem. Oh, maybe it is a bit of a problem. 98's here is not what we'd like to see. So why are you not able to get your food? Two citizens unable to get food. I don't think we have a problem, to be honest. I don't see anybody waiting in front of the doors. I don't see this being empty in any means. So it's a very the starving one just has to be a short-term one, right? Unless maybe one of the prisons or something like that is not necessarily getting its food, but they do have food and everything they need. So I don't quite get it. Oh, there's some 98s down here. 6 citizens couldn't get food. Okay, well, oh, actually, this area I understood did have potentially some issues, right? We did have to bring in an extra shop somewhere, right? Got an hospital. There was an area here that didn't have a shop that it could access. Oh, and then I built this to make sure that they have, but there's no shop accessible from here. Right, so if I look at this and we have a look at the walking distance, the closest shop, which is this one, is not accessible. And then the next one is over here, and that's not accessible either. So this one is not ideal. All right, that's why I built this this restaurant in here to at least provide the food. But the question is that sufficient, and should we try at least and give a little bit more here? And I guess the answer to that is yes, we should do a little bit more. So if we go here and we go food, and we want something smallish, right? A grocery store. Don't quite know. Can we get this to work at all? If I try and do this, is there a way of finding a spot for this one? I don't think so. But the plan is at least to do maybe something like this, right? So maybe we can just do it over here. Then we should be able to at least get some level of tie-in going. We don't need that one quite next to that at all, even. But yeah, this spot here should be okay. Alternatively, where? Yeah, I think it just has to be over here, really. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go for that, build that one. We'll actually pay for this one also. And then once that's built, I just want to check. So how much does this actually... Yeah, it doesn't store... It doesn't store a lot, really. But I think that's okay. Let's just do that. We'll try and get that to work. So if we look at who's delivering over here, there are fewer waiters. Yeah, so that's the issue, right? So Lipkapol distribution, we'll go here and say you can... We've paused it for the time being. You can go and you can also add here and do something like that, right? So we should see at least some more shopping areas being accessible there. This guy, I think, wow, it's still, jeez, these lists are extraordinarily long. I'm just hoping we can get it all to work in the end. Okay, wow. What a story. What a story that has been. Now, let us start. Can we start construction on some of this stuff? Citizens' happiness are too low. Yes, stop. I know what that is all about. We're working on it, right? We're working on it. It's the crime thing. And now it's cold and all these kind of things also. So, Ideally, are we seeing any work happening here? Or are we just getting no people? Okay, well, what we'll do... How many trains on this line? All related vehicles. It's only the one, right? It's only the one. So at the very least, Lipkapol industry workers needs another train, and I'm sure we have one. Right, we should have more than one actually. So if we go here, we'll go here and we'll assign it to a line Lipkapol industry workers and start that, please. Thank you. And then if we pop in here, is this even working still? No, it stopped because there's no place to store any trains. Now what we'll do is we'll move that one over here. Okay, so that should go in there, and then we should have one that's actively working towards that. Okay, so let's make a start. Ooh, first stop is not reachable. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, now you should be able to go. Okay, there we go. So let's go and do a run. And while I'm at it, I just need to grab this guy and put it in here, so that we can at least go back and pick that up, right? Okay. We'll sell some trains, right? We equip a little bit of trains available, but we'll sell some trains, really. That's the plan. Got police stations and the likes doing their thing. We've got the courthouses doing their thing. And I'm hoping we will see this start clawing back. If we look at crime, now crime is back up at 19,000 people affected by it. So it's still not quite getting there. But government loyalty overall it's holding steady. But yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I'm struggling to get the crime under control, really. At the moment, it's a bit of a hassle. Okay, so now the extra train should be running this way to try and work out on this. We should have workers available. We just need an extra train to run, and that should hopefully start to work some other things out there. Now, I'm going all over the place. Let me just grab the track builders over here, and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and assign some of this track to be constructed, right? Yeah, so come and do that. What we can also do is plan out how we're going to access all of these buildings, right? So we will need to... Yeah, this is the only thing, really. So we'll do this. Yeah, I think that's going to be nice and tight, and then we'll cut across here. That's fine. And we'll tie in like so. And lesser rail. Construction office is... We don't have... Okay, we'll have a bit of a look at that then. Let's close that one out and let's build these, so at least we can start the construction process on some of these items. Similarly, I guess we'll need... For this, I'm not going to go ahead and build a proper thing. We'll just do that and provide a temporary access point here so we can get construction going there. We will need this to be accessed this way. Yeah, okay, fine. So if we have a look at that, right, where are you? So let's run the path where we want to run it, right? So something like that instead, right? So we'll do that. Yeah, I think that's a good one. So we'll go back and we'll go back and we'll go back and we'll go back a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll do something like this, really. And then from there, we will go straight out of there and we'll do something like this. And what we can then also do is I will clear that out. I will clear this out. And then instead, we will have this guy run in like so, I think. And then we'll pay for all of those roads so we can get the construction activities to these locations. Where do we have... Okay, so this one will have to come straight off of here. So we'll do that. We'll pay for that. So hopefully that gives us some construction activity. Ooh, this one is a problem. This won't be able to cut through there, but can we... I guess we will have to do something like this and clear out this path here for a little bit. And then we'll get this one to come back up and in there, right? Can we tighten that up a little? Okay, let's bring this out straight a little bit like this one. And then we'll tie it in. Yeah, that's better. We'll pay for that so that gets constructed. And then we'll make sure to path this back up again. Can we please just pay for all of this so it's getting done? Good. Okay. All good. So that's starting. This, I'm going to pay for that so we can get that to go. So we can make a start on some of this construction activities. That's the plan, really. What is this guy doing? It is selling us a couple of trains. Yeah, that's a pretty pricey outlay there. 10 million rubles is going to be pretty good. So let's get that one out to the border. And I guess we're going to kind of end the episode here, right? Once we get this sold, we will go ahead and get this train to go back. But yeah, that's going to be a nice big, get us up to 60,000 really, or 60 million, I mean. Okay, that's good. Excellent. So now we've got room for some additional vehicles. Get you back in there. Stuff is being replaced. All good. Now, what we saw is that these guys are... their mixed waste is a little bit of a problem. Yeah, okay, fine. So what we'll do... We'll just add a waste facility here, right? That's going to be the plan. Whether we actually have anybody that can come and pick up here is a slightly bigger issue. But anyway, we'll do that. That should be fine. Pay for that. Pay for this. Make sure we do some biological waste in here as well. We could even do a little bit of this to make sure that they can do their thing. Okay, good stuff. That is working. This is being constructed. This is still dropping, guys. This is still dropping. If we look at crime now, oh, crime is much less now. Look at that. Only 2,000 people, almost 3,000 people affected. That's a significant drop in the crime. So hopefully that means that we're going to start seeing this thing turn around a little bit. Got lots of prisoners here escaping. What's the situation here? Is this getting under control? I think it is. I think we are getting it under control. We made a big push towards resolving this, and I think we're slowly winning that battle. Over here, nothing of note. In this location, we'll just go by and see this side. We still have the courthouse doing... Oh, we've got... Okay, this is also a large courthouse in this area doing its thing. Okay, that's fine. I kind of forgot about that. Got a police station here, and I think that's looking okay. Most of them are fairly okay. This is a little bit overwhelmed, but I think we're getting there. This area is still quite overwhelmed. Actually, to be honest, while we're here, I'm just going to buy the extra police cars here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're really spending our dollars now. Okay, we're trying to get the police cars in place so that we can at least do that. And then over here, wow, yeah, we're struggling to get ahead of the game. Is this one backed up again? Pretty much, right? Pretty much backed up again, even though we cleared their entire case log. They're pretty much backed up again. And then if we come over here, what's happening on this side? I don't see any issues with reported crimes. This is actively under construction again, and now we do have some fuel around. Okay, so hopefully that is kind of doing its thing, right? So let's quickly start the construction activities here. So Lipkapol can start to construct these various items, right? There's a lot to be built here. go nuts and start the construction activities. That's the plan, right? This will take us a while to get there. And so the next thing we really need to do is plan out a little town up in this area. Now, power-wise, power is getting here. We do probably need to have a little bit of a look at a new water and sewage treatment area here, just to kind of deal with that. Okay, this is back at Vasastavi yet again pretty low here. And what's the crime? Right, yeah, crime is still pretty high. It's going to take us some time to get the crime out of the way, really. But yeah, back at 18,000. So I guess it's a bit up and down until we really get it resolved. But for now, I think we're kind of holding on. Money-wise, it's not a problem. It's just about making sure that our people aren't super duper unhappy by just continuing to add some of this to the mix and trying to get these items cleared through, right? I'm kind of in two minds about some of this stuff. So if we just clear out some of the minor crimes to just make sure we focus our attention on the major crimes, right? And then let's add a couple of police cars to the mix here also. The idea is really we just want to make sure that all of this investigation is being done, right? So that's the plan. There's lots of investigations that takes time to get through, and we need more and more police officers to try and deal with that, right? Notify when uninvestigated cases are excessive, right? That's the issue. I don't know why that's not on by default, because that's actually something that it gets out of hand really quickly if you don't deal with it. If we got that warning the very first year it happened, we may have had less issues with it. So let's just do that. We'll clear those ones out. We'll do a little bit of manual management of it and just drop the minor crimes a little bit to make sure that we get the big ticket items out of the way, right? That's the plan. Similarly, we might just do that to have our crews focus on the major crimes. Right, even if it's just for a little while. Right, so just a little bit like this, just for a little while, right? Let's just get clear of some of these things, right? Yeah, even this is crazy out of hand at the moment. Okay, so hopefully that gives us a little bit more of a chance to get through them. Manually kind of just cancelling the assignments of these minor crimes. With the hope that we can get the serious crimes out of the way. There, and there. I think some of them are already not under. There's probably a low chance of solving this case with this police station. Well, then let's just clear them out in general to try and get a little bit more going. Well, if that's the case, let's just clear out some of these other ones anyway. If they're already kind of falling behind, let's just try and scoop it through here. Okay, let's just try and get this stuff under control a little bit. Okay, hopefully that is gonna give us okay, I think that might be. Let's clear that one out as well. Just work your way through that, okay? Nothing over here. Temperature is too low. Okay, fine. That's okay. Slowly trying to get it there. Was there I think there was another police station back here somewhere as well, right? These guys aren't doing anything. Barely anybody working here. Anyway, we should be we should be reasonably solving that now. Let's quickly go and have one more look over here. And I'm going to do the same strategy here. We're just going to clean out the minor crimes here out of the list. I think we're winning, though. But what we might do is we might just move some of them out of the way. All of them. Let's get under control here. Even that one. Let's just get it under control. With that under control, hopefully things will go a little bit better in the future, right? Because I think it's once criminality gets out of hand that we start to run into these problems. But now I think we should be clearing all of these out, right? Have another look here. The investigation should at least be concluding. I'm just waiting to see that we can actually finish them off. I don't mind new ones being added, especially if it's the minor variety, but we want to just make sure that we clear off some of these ones. And then similarly, this is getting a little bit out of hand, but the trial R is at least doing its thing, right? It's getting there. I just want to, can we finish off these big ticket items? Yeah, we are. And then hopefully once these are out of the way, the others go pretty quickly, really. Yeah, the rest is moving pretty quickly. The red ones are a problem. The major crimes take quite a bit of solving. But I guess this is starting to look a little bit better now. Yeah, this does look like we're actually winning. Wow, it was a multi-episode endeavor to try and get this to get back to a manageable level. There's a traffic jam. I'm pretty sure it's the snow plows. This is okay. That goes pretty quickly once we've got the bigger ticket items out of the way. Yeah, so this is all moving really well. So I'm not too worried about not being able to solve these. These all have high solve rates due to how easy they are. Over here, yeah, we've got no more reds in here. We're closing these out pretty effectively. And then over here, yeah, slightly out of hand. Hang on. We had them saying they don't have heating, right? Is it just the oh my goodness. What's the issue here? It's no workers. Workers are arriving. Are we out of coal? We can't be out of coal. We're not out of coal. It's just a matter of workers, right? There's workers there. Just want to get the workers in here, please. Can we just have a look at this? We should be okay now. Okay, there we go. Is that coming back up again? Yeah, the problem is it takes a little bit of time to recover. The next train is on the way. It really shouldn't be getting out of hand. Yeah, we're back up. Okay, fine. Okay, wow. What an issue. Okay, this is all good. 55 crimes not examined last year. It doesn't seem to be a problem. Anyway, the courthouse and the prison is coming in. So that's okay. Okay, that's fine. It's almost out of winter, so that's probably a reasonable spot for us to end this episode. It's been a long one anyway. Medical University here. Let's do a little bit of micromanagement in this location. Are we still working on these? I think we may be. Let's clear out a little bit of these. Yeah, okay. I think we are potentially getting there. Let's have a look at this. Clear out a few of these to try and get this under control, and then we pop in here. Yeah, this is This is looking okay. Let's not clear out all the minor crimes. We actually want to resolve this issue over time. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. A lot of micromanagement this episode, and it's kind of one of those things that it's just one of those games that you do have to deal with that. Wow, we're back up into challenging territory here. Anyway, it's just one of those things that you do have to deal with in this game, because you can't keep an eye on everything all the time, and it's not as easy to identify problems sometimes, and sometimes you find it's just a little bit too late. So you kind of run into a bit of trouble. But anyway, I'm sure we will fix it. We will get it in control again. And I'll see you in the next episode. If you've enjoyed it, please hit that like button. Bye-bye.